You guys can hear me now? I don't know why that just happened. So you guys can hear me now, right? If you guys can hear me, please type into the chat box. Can you guys hear the chat? Give me some feedback, guys. No, we're not muted. Yeah? Sounds good? Okay, let me check it one more time before we go on. Yeah, we're getting sound. All right. Sorry about that. So let me quickly start over. All right. So what I was saying about Neo was this is not for me to FUD Neo. Well, quickly, let me talk about what we're going to talk about in the show. We're going to talk about some major Neo red flags. We're going to talk about Bitcoin price shooting up. And we're also going to talk about, in my opinion, some FUD and some major volatility following the Bitcoin futures. All right. So, okay. Yeah, we have sound now. We have sound. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I should have pulled up the chat, but whatever. We haven't gotten too, good thing we didn't get too far into the stream. Let me check the health of the stream really quick. All right. So we got chat, blah, blah, blah. All right. Good thing we didn't get too far. And like I said, I was saying again, sorry about the quality of the video yesterday. I was on the road. I had no mic, no camera, no green screen, and Wi-Fi in a foreign place. But I wanted to give you guys some information. But today, we're back at it as usual. But before we start this, in my opinion, well, not in my opinion, but I am not trying to FUD the Neo's price movement. I am not jealous that Neo is moving up and I don't have a position. If you guys watch the channel, you would see that maybe just a month ago we were trading Neo. I had a position, what they call the 1,000 Neo Club within that community. So if you have over 1,000 Neo, I just had over 1,000 Neo. I sold it, swing position, made great money. Some of you guys followed along with that, made great money. And I will continue to trade Neo in the future and maybe get a long-term position. So this is not my opinion, but I'm just going to point it out because it's out there. And Neo has moved up a lot in price very recently. So, and a lot of people are asking me, should I get in? What should I do here? Should I sell off my position in Stratus? Should I get Neo? Should I sell off position in this and get? So, I'm just putting out both sides out there. Yes, I do trading, but I'm a cryptocurrency trader, investor, enthusiast, all of the above. So I definitely love the news and the fundamentals of cryptocurrency. So this is an article that was written November 18, 2017, and it says investor warning, major Neo red flags. You can find this on storevalue.github.io. If I don't forget, I will put the link in the description below. All right. So this guy is just talking about some major red flags to him in his opinion. Now, it says Neo is incredibly centralized. Entire network only has 13 validating nodes. Developer whitelist who can run validating nodes. I do know that Neo is more so on the centralized side as far as right now. I don't want to use the word bootstrapping, but they're still fortifying the Neo protocol. So it being a little centralized right now, I am not going to hold that against them. As far as the 13 nodes, I'm not exactly sure about how the node system works in Neo, and I don't want to quote it off the top of my head. But there are different types of node systems. Some systems have two sets of nodes. Some of them had validating nodes and maybe another type of node. So I'm not sure exactly what he's saying, which one of the nodes this is, or if the whole network itself is just running on 13 nodes that Da Fei and the Neo team has control over. So I don't know. So I'm not going to comment on that. But that's one of his gripes. All right, now right here he says that the Neo blockchain disappeared for several hours in October. This is another thing that I personally cannot comment on because I don't know. And it would take for me to do a little while of digging. You know, I'm not going to just hear the news this morning and then do a little surface research and then come and say something that's wrong to you. So I would have to do a little bit more digging to see if the blockchain actually did this. But in his opinion, he's showing some kind of form of proof here. Like I said, you guys can come and check this out at storeofvalue.github.io. Major Neo red flags is the article. Neo's GitHub has alarmingly sparse activity. As far as this, I think Da Fei himself spoke upon this. Let me check the health of the stream really quick. Okay, guys, everybody hit that like button. Please share this out. Hit subscribe and also turn on post notifications so you can be aware when we do these streams. But back to business. Da Fei, I think he actually spoke on this himself. And one of the things that he said was that, you know, GitHub is an American Western, you know, that's a Western thing. So I think that the Neo team is using another form of GitHub, maybe, you know, like the Asian GitHub or whatever, you know, because they don't even let, you know, over there, they don't let, like Facebook and all that stuff. If it is used, it's used how they want it to be, or they have their own versions of it. So the GitHub not being super active, I'm not gonna, you know, because this could be a Western Neo developer. Remember, because all of this is open source, guys. So I forget one of the Bitcoin developers' names that said this exact quote, but it was a very powerful quote. He said, "It doesn't matter if you're a 40-year-old man or if you're a 16-year-old that lives in your mom's house. If you write good code for Bitcoin and they test it, they're gonna use it." So the same thing with a lot of these other open source projects, because I think officially Neo only has 2 developers, but there are a plethora. let's tap into our vocabulary bag. There's a plethora of people around the world making commits, whether it be on GitHub or the private version or the Asian version of GitHub that they're using. So that's just some of the major red flags for Neo. Oh, one more. He also says Neo only has 6 smart contracts operating on the entire blockchain. Like I said, one of the things I don't like to do is, I want to come out here and give you guys the news first, or my opinion on, because this is what my goal is for the channel. My goal is to give you the news, right? And then we're going to go to the chart and we're going to break down the chart and see where it's at and how the market may possibly react. All right. Okay, so that's just some of the red flags for Neo. Let's take a quick look at the Neo chart. So this is Neo BTC pair on Bittrex. When I say pair, that's how you trade. You trade one thing against another. So Bitcoin USD, that's the pair. BTC ETH, that's the pair. You're trading one against the other. All right, so as we can see, not Bitcoin, Neo. Which side of the screen am I on? I am on the right side. Okay, let me get this from behind my head. Matter of fact, let's look at the daily chart first, because the daily chart is going to give us a more so strong view of the trend. All right. So on the daily, we had a pop here. Well, not on the daily, just in general, we had a pop, but we're looking at the daily. So we had a pop here, and we had I want to call it a 72% pop. So that was a nice pop for Ethereum. If you were, excuse me. That was a nice pop for NEO. So if you did have a position with the NEO, you experienced some nice gains. Now, everybody's wondering, the big question is, if I didn't have a position, what can I do? And pardon me for not paying for that, because I have no reason for paying for trading for you. I honestly don't. And in my opinion, we could see some nice pullback within NEO. Maybe because people are coming to the realization that this announcement may not be anything to do with China. And I know a lot of people on Twitter and a lot of YouTubers are saying, China is going to be something with the Chinese government saying something about them using NEO or backing NEO, or saying that only NEO could run ICOs. I don't think that's going to happen. I honestly don't think that's going to happen. And I think we're going to see the same thing, kind of like what happened to Ripple, happen to NEO. Nice pump before a conference or a news event, and then, a flag down and a nice push down. As far as this red candle right here, this is signaling a reverse. As far as it is right now, I can't give you my total opinion on this red candle right here. And the reason I can't give you my total opinion is because it's still moving. It's still an active candle. So this thing could turn around and go bullish. And then, if I give you my opinion on it, it's not valid. But if it closes the way it is signaling a reversal. We could get usually when we have big candles like this, the market likes to push down 50% of the candle. All right. So I would throw my measuring tool on, measure the body of it. So 44%, right? So I know half is 22%, right? So then I would throw this back on, go till I get 22%, so about there. Then I'm gonna throw a line there, a ray. And I would call that my entry if I plan on getting into this market. I personally don't plan on getting into this market because I think the news, it's going to be something good, but maybe not what people are expecting. And on Twitter, once again, come over here, follow me on Twitter, guys. On Twitter, I said that, in my opinion, if it's not something to do directly with the Chinese government saying something about NEO, which I don't think it is, I think people are going to be disappointed and they're going to sell their positions. Or the swing traders are just going to get out before, everyone else starts really realizing that. But if the news plays out and it's something good and people are still bullish NEO like I am, even though there is one thing about NEO that scares me, but I'm not going to get into that because I don't want you guys to say I'm fudding. But if I was going to get in, this would be the candle that I would be looking to get in on. And I would be looking to get in somewhere down here. So if this candle pushes somewhere down here and closes, I'd be looking to get in on it. Or I'd be looking to get in on the continuation bearish candle downward. I think that's what would happen. Even if the news isn't that great, I still think we're going to get a little push down. We're going to penetrate this ray, this 50% point, and then we're going to pull back up. We might get some sideways movement like we've been seeing for NEO around here. So that's NEO. I don't want to spend the whole episode talking about NEO. Let me check the chat real quick. All right, Ladyboy City just posted a Medium article. So that's their, yes, this is the response. So the rebuttal is posted in the chat box right now, and I will try to post both of these links if I do not forget. Check the chat really quick. What is up, everybody? What is up? Glad to have you all here with me. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to look at BTC USD. Everybody hit that like button. Hit that like button, hit subscribe, turn on post notifications. Also, share this link out. It helps other people find the stream, helps us, helps build the community here. All right, so in my last episode, I was talking about how to trade consolidation, but like I said, I was on the go, so the quality isn't that great. We're gonna get further into that in another episode. I don't want to get too much into that. But what I was calling for, in my opinion, if we do not close above this, yes, Bitcoin created a new all-time high today at about 8,000, I want to say 55 or something like that. It did create a new all-time high right here. But if we do not close above the previous all-time high, a body, and I'm not talking about, let me give you a zoom in. I'm not talking about, let me throw a ray on here so we can get some visuals so we can know. We got to close above that point, right? And I'm not talking about, it just peaks. The body of the candle just barely peaks above this level. I want to see some volume above this level. Because if we don't, in my opinion, all right, and the reason that I'm going with this, I know I'm jumping all over the place, but it's all relevant. The reason that I'm going with this direction is because from October 31st, we've been calling for a pullback into these levels. All right. It took a few days. It took like 2 weeks, but it pulled back into our first level, first ray. It came and pushed down spot on to our next level. And this was the stronger level. The rays were just intermediate temporary levels that I think the market can push to and continue up. But the actual lines that they run across the whole chart, these are strong levels of support. So we came down to a strong level of support, pushed back up, right? Now this pattern right here, this push up, let me get rid of this fib because it's useless. All right, so this pattern right here, this push up, pull down, push up will be considered a double top. All right, so the market looks like it's double topping. All right. Yes, yes, it's not picture perfect. Now, if you're looking for anything picture perfect in trading, and what I mean by picture perfect is if you're looking for the perfect shaped doji candle, which means it has no body at all, it is perfectly a thin line, and it has an upward wick and a downward wick, and that's the only type of doji that you're going to trade, you're going to be waiting forever for that. If you're looking for the perfectly shaped hammer candle so it can set up my pattern, you're going to wait forever for that. So we can't wait for perfection. All right. So something like this candle right here, we would call that a hammer as well. All right. We would call this candle a hammer. Yes, it has somewhat of an upward wick, but I'm still calling this a hammer. And the reason that I'm calling this a hammer is because, well, not it's a hammer. I would have to call it a hangman. But the reason I would call it that shape is because of the placement. All right. But we're getting too deep into the trading lessons. But in my opinion, with Bitcoin, if we do not close above here, we're going to get a pullback into here on the low side, a pullback into here on the medium side, or a pullback and a total reset of the trend back into the trend line. And by that time, we'll probably be over here. So we'll still be pretty high. All right. So let me get a zoom out. That's what I see for Bitcoin, guys. This is what we predicted for Bitcoin. It played out exactly right here. This is what I'm predicting for Bitcoin. Good thing about TradingView is when you do these charts, it stays there. So I can close this out, come back in 2 months. That's still going to be there. I'm going to give you updates on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at ChaseThatCoin. All right. So that's what I see for Bitcoin. And let me quickly tap into the alts. Now, the good thing about this is that the alts have sold off so much that they've shown a lot of resilience within this up move. I was suspecting, and I even tweeted that out, right the day after or the day of when we found out SegWit 2X was officially canceled, I tweeted out, I expect Bitcoin to continue to be very bullish, crushing altcoins one more time before it's altcoin shopping time. Bitcoin pulled back temporarily, a correction, and continued bullish. So that part played out. But crushing the alts, that didn't play out. That didn't play out. One of the reasons that probably didn't play out is because alts have sold off so much already. So people that want their alts, they're holding on. And, we're at the bottom of the bucket, kind of, so to speak. Is there a bearish divergence in Bitcoin? I would have to say, I would have to look at multiple charts. I would have to look at the 4-hour. I would have to look at the weekly. I would have to draw all those up. Even though, my daily time frame candles, when I draw on those charts, I am very comfortable with using those support and resistance lines on other levels. On other time frames. So I'll use that on the 4-hour and the weekly and still feel comfortable about them. But to really get into it, I'm gonna have to. Okay. Let's see if we can. Quality of the stream is freezing up. See if we could turn off all our Wi-Fi devices. I'm turning off all the Wi-Fi. Oh, look at that. It's a beetle. There's a beetle in my house. Anyway. So yeah, let's quickly talk about Bitcoin futures and then we'll wrap this one up. So Bitcoin futures, in my opinion, there's going to be a lot of money to be made with Bitcoin futures. Now, I don't think a lot of people that are currently in Bitcoin are going to make that money. I think that it's going to be mostly people that are familiar with traditional markets already, and people that are in stocks and people that play margin heavily already. Now, a lot of people that are in cryptocurrency right now are going to attempt to play this game. All right, they're going to attempt to play trading Bitcoin on the trading Bitcoin on margin game. I personally, in my opinion, do not think that you guys should trade cryptocurrency on margin. The higher the margin, a lot of times you only have a 1% differential. So if the market moves against you in 1% or 2%, you'll get margin called. And another thing, if you put $500 in a margin account and you put heavy leverage and you get margin called, you can lose your 500 and end up owing 1,500. So you can lose your money and end up owing more. So, that's something to be careful with. And in a video or two ago, I said that Bitcoin futures are very bullish for altcoins. All right. And in my opinion, well, not in my opinion, I have to keep stressing that because when I say things, people, make it seem like I'm saying that like I'm God or something. But I personally think that it's going to be very interesting to see when the futures market is being shorted down ridiculously. Will Bitcoin holders sell off their Bitcoin? Will people get scared and actually sell off their Bitcoin? Or will the futures market try to short the price of Bitcoin down and Bitcoin holders come in there and scoop it up and just reject all of that? So that's going to be a very interesting battle. But I think that once people start to notice that, Wall Street has these futures are going to give Wall Street a big hand into cryptocurrency, not into cryptocurrency, but into Bitcoin mostly. Into Bitcoin. That's when altcoins are going to look a lot more appealing. Now, not all altcoins, but the good ones. The altcoin market in general is just going to look a lot more appealing once people once the conspiracy theories come out about Wall Street's keeping Bitcoin's price suppressed. So people are going to look for the continuation of the fast moving market, and the altcoin market is going to be that market. And then that's going to allow for the altcoin market to actually really separate itself from Bitcoin. Yes, you'll still be trading in Bitcoin, but altcoins will have if altcoins are bullish, because they're bullish, they're going to stay bullish. They're not going to be bullish and then Bitcoin goes down and then they come down as well. In my opinion, they'll start to separate themselves a lot more. Oh, the stream is smooth for you, Nog? Okay, that's cool. So maybe it was on my end. All right, so if you guys have any questions, put them out there right now. I'm sorry you guys had to watch me kill a beetle. I apologize. If you guys got any questions, though, send them. Maybe I'll do a few charts. Who knows? Nog, you are a moderator now. There's a few moderators. James Bond, Crypto Quay. I'm looking for Richie Rich. Make him a moderator as well. Carl Roberts says, I'm saying that Neo is fucked. No, I'm not saying that Neo is fucked at all. By any means. Like I said, I just had 1,000 Neo. I was just part of the 1,000 Neo club. So I had 1,000 Neo when it was 20 something, and then I swung traded. I did a swing trade. I think I made like 80%, something like that. On my swing trade, sold it off. Got into a few other trades. Crypto Fever, what's up, buddy? What's up? What's up? So if you guys don't have any questions, I don't want to make this one last forever. Follow me on Twitter at ChaseThatCoin. I'm trying to give you guys a little time to get your questions out there. Bitcore. Now I'm gonna be totally honest here and say that I haven't done enough research on Bitcore to give you like my real, like, okay, this is what I really feel about it. And I'm not gonna unapologetically. But I did briefly look over it. It seems like it's going much smoother than Bitcoin Gold. I have to look into the details. I have to look at what makes this BTX. Bitcoin Gold, the mining algorithm is what makes it Bitcoin Gold. Bitcoin Cash, the block size is what makes it. And I heard that they're going to change the way the addresses look. Now, if they do something like with names or like what Dash is talking about doing, I'm already bullish Bitcoin Cash. I don't care who hates me or whatever. I'm not bullish as far as I think it's going to take over Bitcoin, because that's just ridiculousness, in my opinion. But I am bullish as far as making profit. I am very bullish Bitcoin Cash. That's just my opinion. But BTX, I need to see what makes it. I I need to see what makes it different. It is a very low market cap, and if it is a good coin, we will. There's going to be a lot of money to be made there. It's Cryptopia, BitZ. I don't even know what BitZ is. Nova. Can't really judge something by what exchanges it's on. I mean, unless it's been out for a long time. If it's a coin that's been out for a long time and it's stuck on Cryptopia and hit BTC, that's a red flag. Do Obsidian. Obsidian. Let me get some of these windows. So Obsidian, I got a big video coming for Obsidian December 4th. That is the day that they're going to do the launch of their rebranding, the new logo, their new partnership with Tamiko. They're going to be launching the Android app, not on December 4th, but on Christmas. The iOS app is going to be also in December. So it's a lot of a new white paper, a new roadmap, new block explorer. Obsidian is big. And yes, it has come down a lot. It's a very thin market cap coin. Anything under $50 million, if you're in a cryptocurrency and it has $50 million market cap, just know tomorrow you can wake up and it can be 10 million very easily, because these things, they swing. But the thing that I like about this is it's a platform. It's only been out of ICO for a very short time, and it already has plans to launch a useful app. All right, an anonymous messaging app. They also released the software for you at home, you'll be able to build upon the Obsidian platform, because it's not just an anonymous messaging. But I don't want to show you guys Obsidian too much, but be on the lookout for Obsidian. I'm not going to do the technicals, because the technicals for Obsidian is almost at the point where it can't go any lower. What ICOs do I like? Quantum Stamp, Utrust. I looked at Utrust briefly. And I'm going to tell you guys my honest opinion. And nobody's going to tell you guys this, because, there's whole channels and things built around this. But I have a video coming up for that as well. If something is truly profitable, wait, before I say this, everybody go hit that like button. We got about 30 something people in here. We should have 30 something likes. That's if you like the content. Hit that like button, hit subscribe, turn on post notifications, share this on Twitter, Facebook, send your friend the link in a text message. But what I was gonna say about ICOs is that I have a video about this in more detail. I'm gonna briefly talk about it. If something is truly profitable, right? If something is truly profitable, then most of the money is going to be made after the ICO. So most of the upside is going to be made after the ICO. All right. So in this, I have these two rules. In trading, never jump the gun of my strategy. What does that mean? If my strategy is to wait until I get a triangle squeeze with the fixings on top, right? If that's my strategy, if I see the market looking like it's going to shape a triangle squeeze, I can't jump the gun and try to get in early and be greedy, because the market could start to shape out that triangle squeeze and then go against me violently. So the same thing with ICOs. Sometimes it's not better to get into the ICO. Yes, you missed the 2X. Yes, you missed the 2X. All right. But the good thing about that is you missed the 2X, right? If it's going to be something, you'll see it. You'll be able to, and then that gives you more time to do your homework. That gives you more time to see if the developers are trustworthy. That gives you more time to see how other people in the community are reacting. When you jump into the ICO right away, you forfeit all of that. So I would rather miss a 2X, get some time to do a little bit more homework, because between the time of them collecting the money for the ICO and them releasing the ICO, they could change. They could be the nicest person and all that, doing all the updates, and then when they get the ICO money, you don't hear from them again. So I rather just risk missing some of the upside, and not get into the ICO, and then do a little bit more homework, see if they actually launched the project, see if some shady news or information comes out about some of the team members or something like that. And if none of that happens and I still think it's a good project, yes, I missed the 2x. I'm going to get in because it's a profitable project and it still has 50x in it. So yeah, I didn't get the whole 52x, but I got 50 of it. And I limited my risk. All right. Same thing with trading. Why would I get in all the way up here? Right? Why would I get in all the way up here at this green line? Right? When the market may my strategy is to get in down here. All right? My strategy is to get in down here with certain stipulations. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm not going to jump the gun because in my heart, that's a lot of people trade off of. In my heart or in my feelings, I know it's going to go up. No, you don't. You don't know anything. Neither do I. All right, guys. I don't want to make this one too long. I think we've been at this for quite some time now. I do not have my watch. Okay. Yeah, we've been at this for some time. Everybody, please go out there, hit that like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, share this out on Twitter, follow me on Twitter at chasethatcoin@gmail.com. Be on the lookout for some of the really good things that I'm working on for the channel. You could check out Chase That Coin Trading if you want. It's hosting, but it's nothing there. But that's coming soon. My cryptocurrency list for 2018, undervalued cryptocurrencies. That's going to be a mixture of small caps, big caps, some, just things that I think have a lot more upside. That's going to be released really soon, $25. We're doing a special on the trade signals, all that good stuff. And if you're not interested in any of that, that's cool too. But until next time, keep chasing that coin, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll see you in the chat.